Welcome tonight again to the Road Less Traveled. We had a little technical difficulties, but we're back again. And tonight we're talking about physical awakening. And Tony, I was telling you, Pastor Tony, this is our friend, Pastor Tony Rojas. Rojas. You know, we're friends. We go back to Soul Harvest Worship Center, and he's pastor on staff there, still is when I was attending. Built a friendship there. And after I moved back to the Bay Area, we lost connection for a little bit when Pastor Rick's passed away at a celebration service. Shout out to Pastor Verna Brown with Soul Harvest Worship and her team, doing a phenomenal job. If you're in Modesto, check that church out. It's amazing. I used to go there for a few years. I was blessed to be there. A lot of healing went there for me. Just great people, great place, and a safe place. Anyway, at Pastor Rick's celebration of life service, me and Pastor Tony hooked up again, and there's just an instant connection again. And I said, you know, we're doing this Facebook Live Zoom stream, and God gave us 3 topics for this year: was physical awakening, spiritual awakening, and financial awakening. And Pastor Tony has been in the physical awakening part. He's already been a spiritual awakening. He's been a physical awakening part. And I want him to share his journey tonight with us, how God brought him into it, what God's doing through him to change his life and change lives around him. And we just want to thank you, brother, for being with us. And thank you for working us through the technical difficulties on our end. But we're ready to go now, and just tell us about who you are, where you come from, and what you're doing. And we'll go from there.
All right. Well, Pastor, thank you so much for allowing me to be on tonight. So honored, man. It's just great to be able to reconnect as well. Right? I know we've had great conversations here at Soul Harvest, you and I, and one of the things that I took to heart, anytime I heard you speak, I listened. There was such wisdom that came out from your mouth, Pastor, and I took a lot of those nuggets that you would share. Even when I would hear you from a distance, I was like, oh, I hear his voice. I got to listen because there's something that he's about to drop. And some of the words that you've spoken and prayers as well have resonated in my life, just so that you know that. But yes, I'm a pastor here at Soul Harvest Worship Center. I'm one of the youth directors for 111 Ministries. We have our logo right here in the back. And been directing, co-directing 111 for over a year now. And we've just been seeing God do amazing things here within the youth. God's definitely doing something with our younger generation for sure. Wow. And I just, yesterday, the 10th, today's 2 days ago, I celebrated 15 years knowing the Lord. So I gave my life to the Lord November 10, 2005. So I never would have imagined my life here. It's definitely not a road that I thought that I would have traveled on. It's not something that I woke up and like, man, you know what? I'm going to be a pastor today. I'm going to minister to people. I'm going to go and share the gospel. I didn't know none of that. But when God grabs a hold of your life, everything changes. And when you get marked, you get marked. And I got marked on that day, November 10, 2005. And haven't looked back. Hasn't been easy, but it's been rewarding. It's been a refining fire for sure to be able to be in and be able to shape and be molded by the Lord's presence. And so now I'm here being able to testify about health because I feel like health is very important even within the Christian realm, not just in the Christian realm, but also just in general. Health is so important to be able to take care of your body. I can't stress it enough, and I can't. For me, it's like almost like a how do you say it? Something that's it bothers me to see when somebody like in a good way, but like when somebody is like talking about like, oh man, I want to lose weight. Well, what are you doing to do it? You keep talking about it, but you haven't done anything to do it, And so that was me. I kept talking about losing weight. I would go to the gym, I would hit the weights, and for a while I would meal prep. I would lose, I would pack on the weight, I would pack on the muscle. And then when I got to a point, last 2 years, I just let myself go. So, I mean, I'm ready to ask or answer any questions that you might have.
Yeah.
So
I swelled up to 280 pounds. And when I found myself, my wife is, she's always lived a healthy lifestyle. That's just her mentality. She never pushed it on me. But she always led by example. She never said, honey, do this, do that. She just led by example. Never once. But as I married her and started watching her routine, I got curious more, right? And I said, okay, maybe I'll go to the gym with you one day. And I went to 3 days a week, 4 days a week. Then,
what time would we go?
We go at 4 in the morning. We'll give
Yeah,
it,
I know those days.
give it 3 in the morning, give it 4 in the morning. And it was funny because the first few days, dude, I come back home, take a nap, then take a shower. And at about the first 2 weeks, I had so much energy, I didn't take naps no more. And I started getting a lot more Bible reading done, a lot more stuff done, stuff for the day, getting prepared. It was definitely great. And to be honest with you, I hurt my knee and I fell off. I did fall off and put back on again. Matter of fact, I put back on more than I lost. And it was a little disappointing. But I saw a friend of mine at church one day because she was a friend of hers doing this program from church. And I said, okay, yeah, okay. We'll talk, have lunch and talk to him about it. Then I saw my friend at church, like, dude, what happened to you?
And where you
go?
go?
My wife said, let's get together now. And bro, we got together, we talked about it. I dropped 50 pounds in how many weeks, babe?
8.
8 weeks.
Come on.
And now now I'm doing a reset now. Because during COVID, I put about another 10 back on, 15 back on. So I reset it and now it's coming back off. I just lost 10 pounds in the last 7 days, maybe 7 days. So back at it again. And now just resetting, just a reset and get back to my real goal I want to be at and learn how to maintain. So we're excited about that. But you know, when God gave me this word about physical awakening for 2020, we saw so many people all of a sudden getting healthy in the church and outside the church. And that's how I knew he was on it. So what are you doing? What are you seeing? Are you helping people? Are you coaching at all in this area? What are you doing?
Yeah, so you mentioned jumping on in a program. I too have jumped on a program. I actually did it a couple years back, but I didn't take it as serious at that time in my life. I did it, I lost weight, and then it was just like whatever. And so I packed it all back on, and just to share, like I got all the way up to 212 pounds. That was the heaviest I've ever been. And to kind of like hide all that excess weight that I was carrying, I would buy XL shirts. You start buying clothes that are fit to you a little bit bigger just so that you could feel comfortable.
Yes.
So I was hiding all that. And then I just noticed like I feel so uncomfortable. And then at work, I noticed like when I was talking to customers, I was having shortness of breath. Like every other word I was like, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like I'm 32, about to be 33. I'm too young to be experiencing this. Like I love running, I love playing soccer, I love playing sports, but I just got complacent. I got so lazy, and that attributed, to be honest, that attributed even to my walk with the Lord, because you get tired, and then you're like, oh, you know what? I'll pray a little bit. I'll read my word, and then you just push it aside, and then I caught myself already falling asleep and feeling not like just so tired and so I didn't even want to do work or do anything. I'm just like, I don't want to go running. I don't want to go to the gym anymore. And then, I feel like what also impacts us is culture. I mean, I'm Hispanic. Hispanics, we love that Mexican food, or, those tacos or pan dulce, all those things. But I would sneak into the kitchen and go eat these cookies and stuff. And I'm like, man, sometimes I would eat like 10 cookies at a time, and that helped contribute to the weight. So, I just decided, like I said, I wanted to take my health back. I jumped on this program again because I know it worked, but this time I took it serious because I was thinking, you know what, I'm about to be 33. I'm 33 now. And I need to change the way I do just everything because I need to get back with my health. I'm lacking because I've gotten complacent, not just in my health, but also my spiritual life at that time. And so it's attributing the way I've been handling my health has been also a factor to the way that my spiritual walk has been.
Yes.
Right.
And so I was like, you know what, Lord, I repent. So I repented, like, you know what, Lord, I need to take care of myself. So I jumped on the program, started working out, started exercising. I began to do like 1 mile, then 2 miles, and 3 miles. I got up to 5 miles again. And then I started, that was at 6 o'clock in the morning. I had to wake myself up. You have to wake yourself up. It's like one of those things like, I don't want to. No, you have to fight the flesh. You have to, I was like, you know what, flesh, you got to submit today because God has called me to greater things. And so then I started seeing the weight come off.
Yeah.
And so, I would say I lost 47 pounds in a month and a half.
That's awesome.
And so I went from 210 all the way to 263. I'm around there right now. So I'm content with where I'm at. So now I'm back in the gym. 163.
That's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
so let me go back up a little bit, because you said the word, you repented. Now, we all know what that means, and there'll be people that watch this video that don't have the journey with the Lord at this time. In your definition, simple, plain terms, what can you say? What does repent mean?
I just simply turned back to my truth, in a sense. And what the truth was is, for me, I mean, even if we were going back to November 10th, 2005, that's when my life changed, when I encountered the presence of the Lord. And he revealed to me who he was by the encounter that I had. And so the moments that I've had days off, or the moments where I felt a conviction, and that's like where the Lord's like, hey, you shouldn't be doing that. I knew that I shouldn't have gotten to eat those cookies at night because it was attributing to my weight gain. I knew I shouldn't have eaten those extra slices of pizza, but I didn't care because I was hungry. I was complacent at that time. And so when I say the word repented, all I said was like, you know what, Lord, I'm sorry that I didn't take care of this temple that you've blessed me with. And I've been abusing it by putting all these excess things because I just didn't care.
Yeah.
You know, I know it was, for me, I honestly attribute it as like I was like a slap to the face of the Lord, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, for me, it's like when I felt that conviction, and the Lord just softly spoke to me and he said, you're better than this. I've called you for greater things. It was just simple as that. I was like, you know what, Lord, you're right. I need to take back my health because I'm thinking about my future. I'm thinking about, and you've met her, Lisa, you know, and the boys that she has, they like, we're growing. But I was thinking about them too. I was like, you know what, I need to be healthier also for them. I want to be able to run and play soccer with them and not feel shortness of breath. I want to be on the pulpit and preach and not feel like I'm having to take an extra breath every time, you know? And so those things, like, it's like, man, Lord, like, that's when I say, you know what, Lord, I'm sorry. And that's typically for me, like when I say repentance, I just say, you know what, Lord, I turn back to you, my truth.
Who gives us all the help and support we need. He always calls us higher. He never tears us down. He always calls us higher. He says, son, that's not who you are. This is who you are. Daughter, that's not who you are. This is who I created you to be. Come up here with me. Come up higher. You know, because I got done great things for it. And it's funny because I can now bend over, standing, and tie my shoe and don't lose my breath. That is huge. I don't snore like I used to, right? And my clarity of mind is better. And people out there, I want to disclaimer, I know a lot of us over the years struggle with weight or eating disorders or whatever it may be, okay? But I want to say this to you. Once someone said to me once, I was already in the program, they said, I never met an obese person in their 40s.
No, old person.
Old age, obese person. Because most obese people died at a very young age, is what they're trying to say. I'm at the wrong age, but that was obese because it eats you know.
They don't make it to that age.
They don't make it to that age.
Yeah.
And it's sad because, and you know, I had my jalapeno chips and my things I would go to when I had a rough day or a bad day at the office or whatever the case may be. And I say you can have those kind of days. They just can't control you.
Yeah.
You know, it's come down to learn how to have discipline, right? Discipline with ourselves, discipline with self-control. And what's funny was I think, well, healthy food's expensive. Eating healthy is expensive. Well, you know what? It's actually cheaper than all the junk I was eating, which is so funny. It's a mindset. In the meals we and I make together, I said, babe, there's no way this is healthy. All this stuff, this is all healthy. It's all food we make at home. It's all healthy stuff. And it's like, this is so good. Just educate yourself, ground people that understand more and glean and learn, because we're here to finish our race along. Now, are you helping anybody else? Are you helping people? Are you doing anything to, you know, because you're in the Modesto area?
Yeah, I've been coaching quite a few people now, and some of my coworkers jumped on the program that I've been on and stuff, and within a month, he's already down 30 pounds.
Come on.
I have another, actually his girlfriend's brother jumped on the plan, and his girlfriend as well, and she lost about 15 pounds, and the brother ended up losing about 26 pounds within a month, the time frame of a month. I know, so there's other people that I've been coaching and helping through this journey, and really encouraging them to take back their health. Like this program, and it's not you could start as young as 15 all the way to my oldest client. She was in her 60s,
Come on.
you know, and I mean, there's people that have been on the program that are like in their 70s and even in their 80s. So there's no age restriction. And it's the program is tailored around to literally if you have diabetes or any deficiencies, any allergies and stuff like that. So there's a lot of stuff, varieties that we can work out and build a plan within the program to help someone out for sure. So yeah, coaching has been rewarding because I get to see and I get to champion people through their journey because the Lord championed me through this journey, and also my coach championed me as well. So
I don't want to forget this part because it's most important because we still got a little ways to go here. If people want to find out more information, what you're doing, how you can help them, how can they best get a hold of you? Through Facebook, through Facebook Messenger? I mean, how do you feel most comfortable putting this out in the world right now, because it's going to the world, that they get a hold of you?
Yeah, so they could reach out to me on Facebook, Tony Rojas on there. Instagram, I'm always posting on Instagram about testimonies of people, stories and testimonies of before and after shots. So my Instagram handle is PT26. So they can message me on Instagram or they can message me on Facebook, either or. So if they want my number and get a hold of me, then I'll give that to you personally, so that way you could share it, or however somebody wants to ask for it and stuff. So
good. Anything you want to ask me?
No, I just really agree with what he's talking about, how when you take care of your health, it brings such clarity into your spiritual life, and it just helps in every area of your life. And I mean, it helps in every area of your life. It brings such,
yeah.
And then, it's that whole dying to your flesh that brings such good things, from the spirit in every area.
Yeah, agreed.
It was funny. I was on some whatever social media thing, and the commercial came on. They were talking about those hot chips wherever they are, Mexican ones.
Takis?
And they're saying what's in it, and I don't have none of those in a while now. They said, I was like, oh, that's in there. I don't read the package. I was doing that back then. They taste good. They're hot. And I read the back of the package. The guys read the back of the package like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Can't pronounce, putting that in our system. So it's just another thing was I was taking pictures and hide myself. Like I won't be in the back of the picture where you see my face, but not my body.
Yeah.
And then when people I'm preaching on a platform, people take pictures of me, the platform and send it to me. I was like, oh my gosh, is that me? Or on video. And that's why God told me to start doing these videos towards the end of last year. And I kept pushing back. I looked bigger on camera, right? And then finally, about several months ago now, I was walking down the stairs and said, Lord, what's the next step? He says, you have not done what I asked you to do yet. Get on video and invite your friends, support them, and promote your friends in ministry in these different three arenas: in spiritual awakening, financial awakening, and physical awakening. And since we've done that, we have been so many testimonies how people have been blessed, touched, even pre-believers getting touched and blessed. And it's amazing because it's him.
In every area.
In every area, So we're grateful for that. And again, my wife, hey, I'm blessed. She's younger than me. And the only thing she says is, babe, I want you here for a long time with me. That's the only thing she ever said to me. Not through guilt, not through pressure, not through, just because she loved me. And so I said, you're right. Now, we don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. Oh, the Lord knows tomorrow, but I can have my role to play, do my part, bring my part to the table, and do the best I can what the Lord gave me. Yeah. And put some disciplines in place to have a healthier body and temple. Yeah. To walk out where we're supposed to walk it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Amen. Yeah. Just to kind of piggyback off of that, one of the, it's always great to have an encourager. When I see them, right, Pastor Maria she's been that encouragement to you as well. Well, during this journey too, Lisa's also been that journey or that encourager for me, and when I started the program and she saw the results week by week, she's like, man, wow, that's so great. Keep going. And now that she's seen the results, the word iron sharpens iron. Now she's decided to take back her health as well. So she's doing workouts. She's eating different. She's eating better. So we're doing this now as a couple, and it's great to be able to see her post, because she'll text me like her meals and stuff, or she'll post them on Instagram. I was like, man, why you gotta make all the good food when we don't hang out, or you know? And so she makes like amazing food. And I'm just like, oh man, I can't wait to eat that. But you know, but it's an encouragement to me. It's like, okay, if she can make that, it's just motivating me to like get in the kitchen and whip up something, you know? And so that's the beauty of it, being able to have a partner, an encourager, a coach, a mentor to be able to help you along this journey. It's so important. And that's why I think being able to coach people through a health journey, being able to coach them to take back their health is so important. So important.
We're just helping to coach a lot of people also, and which is great to see. I remember last year when the beginning of my program, I didn't work out because I wanted to get the program going. And we don't just people, by the way, you don't have to the program. We didn't tell you about our programs, you know, program I'm in. And let me back up. Let me back up, slow down a little bit. It's not a program, we call it a program. It's a lifestyle change.
Yeah.
It starts with the mind, the body, and the spirit. But those are program we use to get everything going, in I don't know his program, you know, my program. I'm curious to find out now though, but it helps you get pointed in the right direction. It helps you get started, it helps you get educated, it helps you start seeing things different. And so when we went back to the gym after my first few weeks getting my body going and getting used to this new lifestyle, we went to the gym. People were like, what you guys been doing, man? See you in a month in the gym. What do you got? What happened? And they start calling her. Hey, talk to me. She started just coaching people, man, and friends and people we met on the internet. And it's just beautiful to see that people are getting healthy, you know?
Yeah.
And it's no guilt. And hear my heart, people. If you fall, no shame, no blame, reset. It's a journey. It's a journey. It's a learning process. It's like say, it takes time to reset your mind and reprogram yourself. It takes time to reset your body and your emotion. It takes time to put some of these transitions in place. We've been doing something else for so long. But I tell you what, the more you do it, the more I'll tell you a story. When I first got to where I wanted to get my first weight, I had a hamburger from my place I like to go to. I used to eat that all the time, right? Had one in probably 6 months. No, I had one a year. I hadn't had one a year. And my daughter brought it home for us, and I ate it. Though it tastes good, I didn't like it. I didn't like the way my stomach felt. I didn't like the way, you know, hit my body. I was like, that's not what I want. If I'm going to splurge, I want something. If I want to splurge on something, I want something that's great. So I went a little rabbit trail there. But, you want to jump in, babe?
No, I have something, but I lost it.
Holy Spirit, bring it back.
No, well, you know, I the same thing too. You know, I was so diligent in making sure I lost the weight when I got to my weight goal. You know, I wanted to do kind of like one of those victory cheat meals. First thing I did was pizza. Didn't feel good. I mean, you know, it's like they say you eat healthy, you're diligent, and then you get to that point where you're just like, you know, I'm just gonna splurge a little. I'm gonna do a cheat meal. So I started eating the pizza, and then afterwards, you just feel like, oh, like what are you doing? Like, it didn't sit well. It tasted good, but afterwards, I'm just like, well, you know what?
Yes.
I now know the benefits of eating different and eating healthier because
Yes.
your body feels it.
Yes. And it's funny because my wife makes this one pizza, and you know what the crust is? It's not a crust. It's chicken. It's ground chicken. And man,
Nice.
It's amazing.
We make our own marinara sauce from scratch. You know, have all the stuff in like the stores having their stuff, and we put
Lots of veggies,
basil and healthy stuff, and we put it's like it tastes like real pizza. You don't have the crunch of the crust like a pizza bread, but let me tell you, it tastes just as good, if not better.
Yeah.
I said, baby, we have that again. We have that again. And here's the cool part. The stuff we do, you never feel bloated afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Or you never feel worn out. Like we just ate tonight, this great healthy meal she made. And I was like I ate a lot. But this portion, the right portion I'm supposed to have, never felt bloated, never felt tired, never went to the couch and started TV on, do nothing. I still have a lot of energy.
Yeah.
Because one thing Maria told me, she says, food for her was always energy. It's always for energy. It's never for just consumption. I'm like, that makes no sense. I eat food because it's good.
Yeah.
But it's a mindset. It's a mindset.
Yeah.
So.
And just to realize that sometimes, you know, people eat or overeat or eat things that are not good to satisfy a need or something that's inside, And that's one of the beautiful things that if, you know, people listening, you know, get a hold of Tony, he could help you through
Yes.
finding out deeper things inside that might be triggering why you eat.
Spiritual side.
Spiritual side.
Yeah.
Being a pastor and all too.
Exactly.
Yeah. You know, talking about the misconception, I think one of the misconceptions is we eat until we're full, but I think, and I feel like that right there, it's like we eat, and then we're like, oh my gosh, we're full. But that's not where we should get to, you know, where we're like, oh, I want to go sit down on the couch and now start watching. Like, we shouldn't get to that point. We should get to be like, okay, I'm content. I've eaten my portion. And now I have the energy to continue to keep going. 2 to 3 hours later, I'm going to do another meal. You know, because it's like, it's either we overeat or we undereat.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
And that's part of the education process. So my body knows when it's ready for some more fuel. And my portion of fuel that I need for that moment. And it's perfect. I'm in a good place. It's just amazing. And we're seeing more and more people come alive to this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just want to encourage people, like I say, if you fall down, don't beat yourself up, don't get a dark closet, don't hide it, get a coach, talk to somebody that can help you and reset. And the biggest thing is getting educated around nutrition, educated around food. I'm not an expert, but I know a couple right here that can really help you. Tony, like I say, he's out in the Modesto area, Central Valley. That's considered Central Valley. That's not Central Valley, is it? It's still
No, I mean, yeah, Modesto is in the Central Valley because it's Modesto, and you got Manteca, and then you have like Turlock series. So
talk to him. Call him. Don't be shy. Don't be embarrassed. He has an amazing heart. He has a gentle spirit. He genuinely loves people. He's a real deal. If you're a stranger to him, let him help you. Let him just talk to you. At least let him just talk to you. Work it out when you get some free information, free education about how he's done this thing and what he's doing, how he might be able to help you.
Yeah. I do free health assessments. So
yeah. Then they'll text you afterwards.
Yeah, I think here's the thing. I love being able to do health assessments because the person that's doing the assessment with me, it reveals a lot of truth to that individual that they didn't know about.
Right.
That's right.
And see, when I began to do my own health assessment, I was like, wow, like I didn't even realize how bad it was for me. I was like, man, there's things that I needed to change, And so I said, it's so important to be able to first come to terms and your truth is like, where are you at right now with your health?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if you're not satisfied with where you're at, then what are you doing in order to do the necessary steps to change to get healthy? Are you, because you could be like, I'm not going to drink soda, but what good is that going to do? How are you eating and how's your meals?
Exactly. Right.
How are you portioning? Are you just eating in the morning and that's how you eat one day? So I see a lot of people that just eat one meal a day. That's not healthy.
That's not healthy at all.
I skip breakfast. That's still not healthy.
Right.
You need your fuel. So, and again, I've learned a lot through this journey myself. I think, Pastor Maria, I think since we're talking about key words like health or health assessments and stuff like that, we're definitely going to talk after. But it's like I said, it's been one of those things like when I talk to people and stuff and just do a simple, I guess you could say, health assessment, whether they want to do the program or not, I want to be able to leave them with that thought of, wow, am I ready to take my health back? Then I need to take the steps.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if they don't, then obviously that's them. We can't force them to. So, for me, it's like I want to be able to encourage and as many people as I can with their health. And so like I said, I've seen a lot of people jump on the journey with me. There's been numerous testimonies. It's been rewarding to be a part of a community of people that are deciding to take back their health. And how incredible during this time that when we could be overeating, but people that are deciding to take back their health are making the decision not to overeat so that way they could look different, be different, feel different. We definitely have taken this approach where the pandemic is viewed as a bad way, and I don't want to diminish everything that's happening, but I feel like God is like, during this time of a pandemic, we could turn things around.
Reset. That's right. That's right.
Like you said, reset.
It's funny. I'll go back a little bit. So where's my thought at, Holy Spirit? So I'm gonna say this too, people. You know, we're talking about weight loss. We're not really just talking about weight loss, talking about building a healthy lifestyle, healthy mentality. And so there's people I've seen in like a better word, the programs since I started mine was they don't look like they need it. They don't look, they're not overweight. They look like they're healthy, but their eating habits are bad. They just don't put on the pounds like I put on, but they're not healthy. And when you see them in the programs, start getting their mentality different for their food intake and stuff like that, then you could tell, like, you did need to lose, you look healthier.
Mhm.
You know, your skin changes, your figure changes, your body's type. It's where people that don't need to
Their
lose
thinking
weight,
changes.
their thinking changes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it's really for it's not just to lose weight. It's not a diet. It's a lifestyle change, but it starts with the mind, so body, soul, and spirit, right? And so that's what's important. You know, that people, we're not talking about dieting. You know, diets are just till you get to the next thing. You know, next best thing, to the wedding you want to go to, so the clothes you want to fit in for the party, and that always falls short. And again, I'll talk to people that's in the dark, that have not really, you know, don't look in the mirror yet because you're scared. I was that person. Don't be scared. Take one step at a time. Don't try to bite the whole black of better enchilada. Just take one step and talk to somebody. Just get some information. Just reach out, say, hey, Pastor Tony, where you said, touch me. Can you tell me a little more? Start there. Just start there. And maybe just a seed gets planted. Maybe someone else comes along and waters it. But I tell you what, you know what? God has plans, whether you're a pre-believer or not, or a believer, God has plans for your life. You're not here by accident. You're here for a reason. And God wants to use you to touch many other lives. So he wants you at a healthy place to keep going with your race, whatever that looks like in your life. And that's why I'm getting my reset and going back to a different place. I want to be set a bigger goal, get even healthier, you know, and so I can last even longer to do work all to do together as a couple who have been married a little over 3 years now. So yeah, you want to jump in there a bit?
I just wanted to challenge anybody who might be listening in to reach out to Tony for a free health assessment. Because sometimes, you might be thinking, I'm good. He'll ask you some questions that will bring a reality to your thinking of where you're really at. And it could be eye-opening and life-changing.
Yeah.
So reach out to him.
Yeah. What we do here, we're not doing, all no carbs. We're not doing no this, that thing. We're not doing drink these 10 shakes all day long. We are taking the different parts that the parts you're supposed to have in your body. Because we have a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of that to equal everything you're supposed to have. So you're not losing something. You're really putting things in. You're balancing things out the way they're supposed to be, the right way. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So.
No.
And
the thing is too, I was just gonna say, well, the program is it's geared, like I said, to really help you bring back together how you're supposed to eat better.
Yeah.
In fact, you don't even have to work out.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I partnered working out and doing the program together because I was always physical, inactive, and always played sports. But I had to change everything because the gyms were closed. So, that could have been an excuse as well. Oh, the gyms are closed. Well, I'm not going to work out. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to allow that to be an excuse. I'm just going to start running again. So I built to run my miles again. And then when it started getting colder, and then I was like, you know what? I'm going to change my cardio. I'm going to start doing HIIT training, high intensity training in my house. So I was doing that for 30 minutes and I was burning calories and stuff while, still doing the program. Now, just recently, I joined back at the gym, Planet Fitness. And it was great to pump some iron.
Yeah, right.
And so, there's something when you start pumping iron and stuff, you're just like, man, I miss this feeling. But that's how it's like, man, it should feel good to be able to say, like, you know what, Lord, I thank you for this body that you've given me. I'm going to take care of your temple. So every rep, I'm like, Lord, I'm like, sometimes quoting Philippians 4:13, I can do all things. It's like, and so it's just one of those things too. And then for me, being able to go to the gym, it's also my time with the Lord too. So I know we have believers and non-believers that are joining tonight, but I get some of the greatest revelation when I'm in the gym because of just me and the Lord, just by myself.
Awesome.
and he speaks to me some things. And you know what? I'm always like, Lord, give me a divine appointment, because I want to be able to have opportunities where I get to talk to somebody about awakening them, whether it's health or spiritually.
Yes.
So,
you know, it's cool. My wife, she loves to hike, and I'm not a big hiker person, a big nature person, but went on a couple hikes with her, and I struggled. I struggled, but we went on one about a couple months ago, a month and a half ago. We're in Tahoe, and you go hiking. Like, oh boy, here we go. I did great, huh?
You did.
Didn't have all that weight on me no more. I was able to do the walk. I was able to do the journey. You know, I was able to do the walking. Thought I saw a bear. It wasn't a bear, it was a dog. But anyway, that's the story. But I was able to hike with her, and that felt really good. You know, that's something she loves to do. You know, so you know, we're gonna put more of that back in our life. I want to do that at least once in a while with her, because she does with her girlfriend sometimes. But she would love me to do that with her too. So I want to be able, I got myself where I can do that now. You know, so that's great too.
Yeah.
Sorry, my dog's trying to jump in my lap.
no, you're good.
Yeah, but we're excited, man. If I say the word five in one plan, does that mean anything to you? 5 in 1?
Yeah, or the 4 and 1 or 4, 3 and 1.
Yeah. Okay. Just curious. Just throw a little hint out there. But like I said, me and Tony don't know what we're both doing. We just like say but it's God, people. It's God just changing people's lives through many different ways. You know, we have another friend we go to gym with, and she used to be, you know, a bigger person in life, and you know, and she just changed her way of doing things. Now she runs marathons. I mean, she runs like
she ran across England.
Like
in 5 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't recognize who she was before.
Yeah.
But some years ago, she got physically awoken and said, I can't live like this person no more. I got to change. And you know, it's amazing to see it's happening. It's really happening. And it's important, especially the time we're living in now. It's so much hustle and bustle. And that's that's the question I want to ask you. So you're a busy person. You got the church, you got your job, you got the relationship you're building, you got this going on, you got personal family. And how do you a person that says, well, I just don't have time to put anything in my life, or to even what can you say to that person that says, I can't find the time to even educate myself to change my lifestyle of eating or food intake, for lack of a better word?
You know, I was actually one of those individuals that said I don't have the time. And then I realized, like, I really have time. I'm just not making time for it. And so that's for me, the individual that tells me I just don't have time. I was like, well, let's really break down then what you're doing. How important to you is your health? Because you are actually shortening your time if you don't take care of your health. Reality.
That's right.
And so, you know, with the program, it's one of those things where you could take it on the go.
Yep.
You know, so you make it become a part of your life.
Come on.
And so it's a whole life change. And so if you don't do and take those steps to be able to change the habits that are bad for you, then the excuses will come even more. Your excuses will become your truth, instead of you telling yourself that you need to become healthier. And I feel like my excuses were becoming my truths. That's why I became complacent. You know, I was like, no, I'm not going to make time. But I had all the time. I had enough time to where I would literally just watch movies on Netflix. Well, that's time that I could have just turned it off and started working out. But I decided, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to watch some documentaries and stuff. And it's like, wow, like I was wasting so much time, you know? And so for those types of people, I was like, you know what, I challenge you. You say I don't have the time. No, you have time. You just haven't made it yet.
That's right. It's disciplines. It's funny because it's like, yeah, you know, you have to work out 7 days a week. You don't have to work out, and you don't have to be one of these hardcore gym buff people in the gym every day. They live in the gym. In my early days, we call them gym rats, but that's not what this is about either. Right. You know, you'd be surprised how hard you don't have to work. You know, you don't have to be in the gym 3 hours a night, you know, 4 hours a night. It's not about that at all. Yeah. And I sure want to, you know, I want to, so we got married. We want to put some protection around the store. We own a house. We have, you know, we have bills. We have all this stuff. So if something happens to me or her, we'll protect ourselves financially through insurance, right? So my health was, though, because where I was in my health at the time, I could be close to not even qualifying, or I was gonna be at a very high rate because of my health. And so my agent said, hey, this is what you want to do. That's when I start my physical awakening. Wait till you get your physical awakening in place, because you're doing that now, and then come back and then call me back. Within how many weeks, whatever came, you know what that was? Bro, I was like,
Right where
right where I need to be to get the right kind of coverage, the right kind of price point for our family. And I was like, thank you, Jesus. Because now if anything does happen to me, she's covered. She's protected. And that just, that story for another time, another second, we do something else, financial awakening, but that was important to me to be able to protect my wife if something does happen to me. But I was able to get my health to the place where an insurance company would say, hey, we got you covered and at a great rate. You know,
that's awesome.
Because you're not obese. So getting close to that time. Anything you want to say, babe?
No.
Anything you want to say in closing, brother?
No, I mean, you know, it's awesome to hear the testimony that you just shared, because, you know, for you, it's like you decided to take back your health because you also saw that it was for a bigger purpose.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, so I think, you know, for people that are watching and stuff, like taking back your health doesn't just affect you, it affects others as well.
It does.
You know, and so, and I say that too, because when I started to lose the weight and started to see myself in a healthier fashion, you know, the old clothes, it's so easy because you want to hang on to old clothes. You know, it's like, oh, no, I threw all that stuff out.
Come on, no going back.
You know, and I remember I was like putting on my pants. And I'm like, man, I have a problem. Clothes don't fit me anymore, but that's a good problem to have, because I just need to go and get some some pants that fit me, or a shirt that fits better. Now I don't feel that guilt or shame. And it's just such a motivational factor for me to be able to say, like, you know what, I could put on better clothes that fit better on me. I look different, I feel different, I have more energy. And not only that, but people that are taking notice, then they ask, like, what are you doing? Well, let me help you. What are you doing? What are you doing then to change your life or to take back your health? Like I said, I love being able to do it in pairs. So like I said, iron sharpens iron. So Lisa has been also helping me and encouraging me, and vice versa. So, you know, today we challenge each other. I went to the gym this morning. She's like, all right, I got to do it. So she had some sit-ups and stuff that she was doing herself too. So, you know, it is one of those things too, because it's fun when you get to experience it in a way where you're just like, you know what, there's a greater purpose. There's a greater purpose behind it.
I'll say one thing, you know, I love those data boys, you know, people acknowledge you. And what I love is like some of my guy friends, well, a lot of my guy friends or guys in church or men in church, I know they'll say, hey man, you losing weight? You looking good. What you doing? And when a guy notices, like, you know, it's like, oh, that's so cool, you know? and again, to wear sweaters again, where my, you know, it's just the clothes fit better. I'm not wearing bigger clothes to hide everything. And I like taking pictures now. I don't hide in the back. You know what I mean? It's just, you feel better about yourself, you know?
Exactly.
And again, for people, I want to, people that are struggling out there, I don't want to, it's not about a guilt trip. It's not about making you feel bad. It's about, there's help out there.
Yes.
There's a way to get to physical awakening, and you don't have to do it alone. And you're surprised how simple it can be with some education, some help, and just get pointed in the right direction, some people behind you cheering you on. So again, people, get a hold of Pastor Tony, find him on Facebook, and just send him a message, give me a number, however you want to connect with him, ask him questions. He's an amazing brother, he's an amazing friend. Love him. Tell Lisa hello for us, man. We appreciate your time. We know you're busy. Tell the Soul Harvest family we said hello, and thank you for time with us tonight too, because I know you're just doing worship practice earlier. And man, be blessed, and we'll talk soon. And we love you, bro.
Love you guys. Thank you so much for this opportunity, this time. Have a great night, guys.
All right, take care. Goodbye, everybody. Get healthy. Bye.